I'll start with a funny story. Is after yesterday's loss, I decided to leave early this morning, 9 o'clock or 9:15. So I went to 8 a.m. Mass at St. John's in Indianapolis, and I was leaving the Mass, and the priest was there, who was from Minnesota, who came to the Big Ten tournament. And when I was walking out the door, he said, "Coach, I think you're in." And I said, "How do you know that?" He says, I got a guy that is better than Lenardi." And I said, "Are we talking about this guy? Is that the guy you're talking about?" And he had another guy that was better than Lenardi. So it started my day on a positive note, and little did I know that he was right. So I'm so happy for our guys that we're been elected to go into the NCAA tournament again. So you don't have to ask the question. Thrilled to be in any way, shape, or form. Playing game is part of the NCAA tournament. In fact, I'm glad we don't have we just played 3 games. We did a lot of good things, and we don't have 5 days we just got to sort of go play, rest a little bit, go through some quick things that we can learn about Tulsa and ourselves, and play, and then play again, and then play again. So it's a great opportunity for us after a long, challenging season to keep playing now in March.
So you were the only one in the room that didn't know because of the leaked bracket, they were saying.
Yeah, apparently then I saw them looking at the phone. I said, "What do you have there?" And they told me that the bracket had been right so far, but I didn't trust that. I needed to see it up there.
Fire away, guys.
John, what's it mean for the program to not have, from last year at this time?
Yeah. I looked at this thing because I know because we had been to such heights in the years before. It was like everybody was down, and I said, you know what? Given the way the injuries and the NBA attrition, we're just sort of going back up again. We weren't like going in the wrong direction. We're going back up again after 16 wins. We had 20, 19, 20, 21, 22. We're going back up. And so it's great to have that sort of verified by being back in the NCAA tournament. But if it was the NIT, I'd have the same impression right now, that we would have been a great seed in the NIT, and we would have tried to make the most of that. So it's all good for us. I mean, to win the games that we did, to beat Indiana, to beat Northwestern twice in the tournament, it is just good for us overall, for our kids' psyche, and for our fans to just feel good about the future, that these kids are getting better. We got everybody coming back next year that was playing at the end of the year. We're moving in the right direction.
How long a night will this be, learning about Tulsa?
Traditionally, I don't spend, it's never been a 2-day turnaround like this, but for me it won't be. I value on getting a good night's sleep and getting up early in the morning. I do my best work, very early in the morning. And so I will probably do a couple media things for Tom. I'll get the stat pack on them, but I won't do any video work on them. I'll just look at their stats till 11 or 12, and I'll go to bed and get up very early and start the day. So by the time, I don't even know what our travel schedule will be, how you go about this. Would they let you go 2 days early, 1 day early? I don't know. But it will be more of a regular day of just getting, after a game.
Does Cam have some more minutes coming up, seeing as how
Yeah.
he might be the guy that got you into the NCAA tournament?
I hugged him, and I said, we don't get in without that shot probably. So he will probably have that same role he's had as needed. It depends what Zach's doing, really. He's been the replacement for Zach, and it'll probably depend on how if he needs a rest. Because Zach obviously needed a rest in the game. He couldn't find his range at all in the game against a really good Purdue team. So, but Cam will be in there.
Coach, after playing Indiana and Purdue in Indiana, not to look past Tulsa, but if you get to Brooklyn, that's been kind of a little bit of a home court advantage for you guys. Can you speak to the East Coast Michigan people?
Well, I won't look past that. I just hope we have a huge crowd of people that are. I know it will be a good venue in Dayton, and I know we'll have a lot of Michigan fans. Of course, it is in the state of Ohio, so they may become Tulsa fans there as well. But it'll be a good environment, and that's all I'm going to concern myself is with the Tulsa game.
Do you know anything about Tulsa at this point?
No, I don't. I know Frank Hates from years ago. I'm trying to think where he was when I was coaching, but I've known him for many, many years. But I don't know one thing about their team, but I will by midnight tonight.
In the time since yesterday's game, had you been thinking about, okay, if if we go to Dayton, this is how I'll play, like, cause, you know, in terms of just your hours and what you can do.
I didn't think, I was trying to do a schedule for this week, and I did think about that, but it wasn't a lot. I was just trying to, this was a time that I did do some bracketology and try and figure out and say, you know, and I was watching those first teams to come out, and it was really weighted at the Pac-10. It was getting great seeds, and that was surprising to me. But I guess I don't follow, I obviously don't follow college basketball like that committee does. But they were getting great seeds, and, you know, when I see Indiana and Maryland get a 5 seed, they're to me, they're really, really good basketball teams. And, but now they get a chance to prove that they're better than even the 5 seed, but I think they're just happy to be in there as well.